I'll wait.
Okay, YouTube world, we caught up with Harmony. I think last time we talked, you said you have a hard time hanging out with people because you talk too much.
Yes.
You just don't know when to stop talking.
Yeah, no filter. I talk constantly, and I'm kind of annoying. Not kind of. I definitely am annoying. But I wasn't always like this. I guess just like life situations change, and different people handle them differently, and I handle mine by voicing every feeling and every thought that I get. Sometimes memories cause me to have anxiety, and I babble, and people might try to chime in, and I get pissed because, you know, I'm saying it out loud. It's not any business of mine to be mad at somebody for hearing what I'm saying, but I forget where I am sometimes, you know, and it's like, so this is why I try to stay by myself most of the time. But, you know, life changes. I've had many severe life-altering changes really fast. I had a very normal life. I was a housewife, children, you know, normal family, you know, was like the room mother, and I had little part-time jobs, stuff like that. Everything was normal in my life at one time. I never really had to rely on daycare, thank God. I had family to help me with my children if I wanted to do a little work or volunteer work or anything. But someone had suggested that I should socialize my children, so they need to meet other kids like that aren't in my family. So I let them go to a little preschool. Needless to say, it was not a good experience. It was one of my life-altering changes. Predator. I walked in on him touching my son and a couple other kids. Needless to say, I had to do some prison time for that.
Really?
Yeah. I almost cut him in half. I stabbed him 68 times. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how much time did you do?
Well, I didn't get caught for a whole year. A whole year I got away with that. Yeah. Because he was such a low-life piece of shit, nobody was looking for him. And I had help. I had called someone and said I messed up real bad, that I don't know what to do, and they said just stay there, don't touch anything, and they came and they cleaned up my mess. Yeah. But
that's quite a friend.
Someone, well, it was my husband. It was my husband. You know, but a year later, someone realized that he should have been out of prison by now, and he owed them money. So they started nosing around and looking for him, and you know, that's how I got out. But I didn't go to jail right away. 17 years.
17 years.
Yeah. It wasn't right away either. It was 11 years after.
Wow.
Yeah.
What prison were you in?
It was in South Carolina.
What is it?
South Carolina. It was in South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
It was a state prison. It was not very nice at all. It was very, very, very behind in time there. There's still really, like, it's like the early 70s. It's like they're still really racist, believe it or not. It was really bad.
Do you regret it at this point?
No. Well, I regret taking the law into my own hands. That wasn't for me to decide this week. But at the same time, I don't know any parent that would walk in on a situation like that and not react. You know, I mean, but the thing is, they're saying I didn't just immediately react because I took the kids out first and then went back and, like, you know, like
so
it wasn't really thought out that. Like, I was still, like, every time I look at him, I was getting more and more disgusted. You know, so, like, it was like, you know, I didn't want the kids, like, I knew I was going to do something. I just didn't know, like, that he was just going to stand there and let me do it. You know, so,
so
yeah.
what did you do with him after you stabbed him?
I just left him there. Like I said, I had people took care of it. You know, I didn't ask, actually. I kind of have an idea what happened, but I never asked.
So he just came up missing?
Yeah.
Or they eventually found him?
Well, and then they eventually found him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, because it was, the location was given up.
So somebody snitched?
No, the person who did it for me, you know, I said, just go ahead. Just, you know, they already know. Just go, just, you know. I guess somebody gives a shit about them, so like let them bury the piece of crap, but you know, or flush it, whatever. I don't know, but yeah. I do feel like it was not my choice. It wasn't my choice to do that. I don't know how I could have reacted differently now. I thought about it a million times. I don't know if there's any other way that I could have handled it at all. Like, you know, are you going to mess with some baby cubs and the mom's right there? No, you're not going to do that. She's going to rip your head off. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to protect our kids. And if, you know, I mean, maybe that wasn't the way I should have done it, but you know, I was abused when I was young. You know, and I hate people like that.
So that's what caused your overreaction?
It's like, I will never be the same. I will never be the same again. I can't have normal relationships. I don't have a normal sex life. I have nothing was ever normal for me my whole life because of an asshole like that. And I didn't want that to happen to my child. You know, and I thank God he doesn't remember it. He doesn't remember any of it at all.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, but you know what though? Like, it's so weird because one of my kids is just my youngest son. He always seemed to, like, things always seem to happen to him. It's horrible because he's such a good boy. He's like such an innocent, you know, and I don't know if that's what attracts scumbags to him or something, like, you know, but he's so pure. Even he's an adult now, and he still has this innocence about him, you know, but he was almost kidnapped from me one time too. We were camping and I was cooking dinner. There was a little 4-foot fence between me and my kids, and this woman walked up, scooped him right off of the merry-go-round and just was going to put him in her car. Like, my friend, who was right there, he hurdled the fence and like grabbed him, but like she started acting like she was slow. What? You know, like she was totally fine 5 minutes. It was like, you know, but like, I just think it's like crazy. Nothing happened to that woman. I have a feeling nothing probably would have happened to that guy because I stopped it before. Like, something has to actually happen to children and people before the law does anything. Something bad has to happen first. Why can't there be a law to protect people before something bad happens?
Because unfortunately it doesn't work like that.
It never works like that.
You can't arrest someone for burglary if they haven't broken into the house yet, you know what I mean? It just doesn't work like that. Otherwise we'd all be in jail at some point because I won't say, oh, I think that person's going to burglarize that house. You know? It'd be a much different system.
Yeah, we would probably all be in jail anyway if we got caught for everything that we've done.
You're right on that.
I mean, like, for real, nobody's innocent. Nobody's innocent. But I just think that it's sad when someone can go so long in life destroying other lives. When does it stop?
Right.
You know, like where like what's okay, what's not okay. I just read this thing the other day. This woman was arrested for murder to her fetus. She gave birth to a stillborn child, but it was because she smoked meth 3 days prior to giving birth. The child had toxic levels of meth in the system, and she's fighting it. No, I think she's totally guilty. They made this law, they said, to protect women from other people hurting them while they're pregnant, not from them hurting their own child. Bullshit. It's just the same, you know, like there has to be something protecting people. I don't understand how this works, but I know I'm not the one. I'm not a vigilante. I'm not supposed to do stuff like that. I obviously know. I mean, I asked forgiveness, you know, from God, but I don't know. I just think, I don't know that I could have done anything differently, but I know that that's not the right thing. I do feel bad too. Because, like, I don't know if this guy maybe could have been rehabilitated. I don't know. I don't know what his problems are. I didn't even know. I didn't care. I still don't care. But, I mean, he's an adult. You know. It's just, there's a lot of sick people out there. A lot of sick people out here. And I don't know that I'm any better than he is. I know that I'm not, because I don't know that. I mean, me with my mouth, things that I say, I'm very capable of hurting someone. You know, with something I might say could really traumatize somebody. You know, so like, it's another reason I distance myself. You know, because I mean, I can be a very hurtful person. I say really brutal things on purpose to me.
So the last question I have is, what's on your Christmas list?
A phone. I want to get myself a phone.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I got one last week, and I literally turned it on, and an hour later,
It got stolen.
no, I dropped it. I dropped it like literally down the drain, like in the street, the little street.
The storm drain, right?
My earbuds got like wrapped once in it. Like a mess, but it was only a flip phone. It wasn't like I bought anything expensive, but I think I just want to get another one of those, just replace it. But and I would like to, you know, maybe spend a little bit of time with my family. Not a lot, just a little bit, you know.
All right.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, thanks for the conversation.
Yeah.
And we're going to pick up the next time. We're going to talk about your talent, your hobby.
Oh.
So
Okay.
remind me next time. We'll talk about that.
Okay. Yeah, that's a lot better.
At any rate, thank you very much for the conversation on this cold,
You're
windy
welcome.
day.
Okay.
Take care.